My people wonder they say shall never end. Allegedly, they said the king was surprised and shocked over the prophecy that Iyanifa have given to him again. We all know that Iyanifa is the reason the palace is somehow calm right now, because I believe that if Iyanifa have not been in the picture, with the rate those women and some elders are going in the palace, by now that palace would have turned to something else. But all thanks to Iyanifa, who came to the palace and did a lot of cleansing and restoration. So, according to what we are hearing, they said on that night that the king celebrated his birthday, people were celebrating with him. He had some visitors. They said that very night, that is supposed to be his birthday, he was with some elders and some visitors, who came to wish him well and maybe talk about one thing or the other with him. So they were in the middle of the discussion when they said one of the servants, is it the servant or the PA, the one that is holding the king's phone, came with the phone, telling the king that the call is something that he doesn't want to ignore, that it is coming from Iyanifa. The Sekabiesi was surprised. Iyanifa is not someone that calls the king on something like birthday. No, no, no. Even though birthday is a big thing, but Iyanifa doesn't call for such a thing. Whenever Iyanifa calls enter, just know that there is fire on the mountain, you know. And same thing goes to the king. They say before they summon Iyanifa, call him spiritually or physically, just know that the matter don't strong, He's a powerful one. So when this call came, the king knew that it's going to be a tough matter. That is how they said he excused himself to go and answer the call, because he cannot be answering the call in front of his visitors and some elders whom he didn't know if they wish him well, if they really wish him well or not. So, so that was how they said he excused himself to answer the call. Upon picking the call, they said Iyanifa congratulated him for adding another year to his year. I think the king is 51 years this year. So after congratulating him, they said the Iyanifa told him that, look, don't open your door to your enemies the second time, because it is going to be very, very dangerous. The first happened by mistake. If it happens the second time, it simply means that you are not who you are expected to be. They said the king was surprised, and the king was like telling her that she speaks in riddle, that she should say it the way he will understand and all of that. And they said Iyanifa keep telling him things in as in riddles, like that a hunter did not rest. A lion did not rest when hunters are surrounding the bushes and everything. So he was like the king. He was asking Iyanifa what exactly is the problem. That the moment he saw her call, he knew that all is not well. What could that be? Is there any problem? And they said Iyanifa keep going on and on with this riddle. At some point, the king was like, please, that she should let him in whatever the case may be. That was when they said Iyanifa told the king that, look, these people that you are opening your doors to, you think that they are your best friend. That this time around, their target is to get your heart. By the time they succeeded in getting your heart, they will use you and destroy you. They will use him to do to him what he will end up regretting at the end of the day. They said when when Iyanifa said that, the king was thinking, where could this be coming from? What exactly is happening? They said Iyanifa told her that, look, there are few women in your life that you have been warned by the gods to send away out of your life. But right now, they are the ones you are listening to. They are the ones you are making your best friend, just because of misunderstanding, you know. So Iyanifa was at that point, maybe the king's mind must have gone to Igbi and Ebony, because that night that the king have planned to spend the Passover night with the queen, they said he end up spending it with Ebony, Igbi, and some of these other women in the palace. And that is because he was misunderstood the queen's will I call it attitude or something. I don't know, because he felt that for the queen not to tell him about Pastor David and the dinner that they had in UK. They said the dinner, the dinner was in the uncle's house, so it's not as if she went on a date with this pastor in question. So for her not to tell the king see it as a betrayal. uh So, and he thought that for the fact that the queen betrayed him, that she's not worthy of his trust and all of that. And that is why he decided to wine and dine with Igbi, the same Igbi and Ebony that he have removed immunity from, and is even planning to do it to as for. So they said Iyanifa told the king that she is too busy to leave whatever that she is doing to come back to the palace, to come and fix something, to come and refix something that she have fixed very well before now. So when the Iyanifa keep on telling the king all of this, they said the king was telling Iyanifa that if it is about the queen, that is Queen Naomi, that he is just being human, that he trusted her so much that on no account should she hide things like that from him. But they said Iyanifa told the king that look, that they almost cleared her in the last journey that she made to Nigeria just to rescue you and the palace. But right now, it is looking like you want that journey to repeat itself. But she might not be available to do that this time. That you better be careful. That don't you for any reason open your door to your enemies the second time, because the way she is seeing it in the spiritual realm, that you have started opening it gradually. But by the time they are able to capture your heart, you are going to regret it at the end of the day, because a time will come when it will clear your eyes, and by then they must have achieved their aim of what they are doing right now. And they said Iyanifa hang off. And they said the king was thinking, because at that point the message wasn't too clear. But I believe it is clear. Anyway, guys, that is what we are hearing. If the information is true, don't forget that these are all alleged unverified information making rounds on social media and shouldn't be seen as fact unless you verify them. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Love you.